Something shifted in heaven the moment your name was spoken today. I am Archangel Michael, and I was not sent here without purpose. I was dispatched directly from the throne room of God with one assignment: to find you, to stand before you, and to deliver what the Father has been preparing. The miracle sealed in your name, the one held in heaven's storehouses through every season of your waiting, through every night that felt like silence, through every prayer that felt like it stopped before it reached the sky, has been released. Today, not someday, not eventually, today. And I have been sent to call out your name, to call you forward from among everyone who could have been watching this message at this moment. Not them, you. Your name is the one resonating through the halls of heaven right now, and I have come to make sure you hear it. I am not here to frighten you, my beloved child. I am not here with a warning or a threat. I am here with news. News from the Father who has been watching your journey with eyes full of love and a heart ready to move on your behalf. He has something to say to you, and because he loves you the way only a perfect father can, he does not want anyone or anything standing between you and his voice. So I step back, and I give him space. My child, you heard your name just now, not with your ears, but with something deeper. Your spirit recognized the sound of heaven calling you forward, and you stayed. That is all I needed, a heart willing to stay. Because what I have to release into your life today requires exactly that, a heart that stays open when everything else is pulling it away. I want to say something to you before I say anything else. I see you, not the version of you that has learned to manage and perform and survive. Not the face you put forward for the world. I see the you that exists in the quiet moments, in the places you go when you are alone. In the parts of your heart you have stopped showing people because too many people have handled those parts carelessly. I see all of it, my beloved. And what I see has not changed how I feel about you. Not 1 degree. I released your miracle today. I want you to understand what that means. It does not mean a miracle is on its way somewhere in the distant future, contingent on more conditions being met. It means the release has already happened. In the unseen realm where all things begin, the decree has gone out. What was sealed is now open. What was held is now moving. What was prepared in the hidden place is now being positioned in your path. The only thing standing between you and the full evidence of what I have released is time. And the time is very short. Feel what is happening in your chest right now, my child. That warmth, that pressure that is not quite pain and not quite relief, but something held between the two. That is not your imagination. That is not emotion responding to a video. That is your spirit recognizing the frequency of my voice. Your spirit has always known my voice. Even in the seasons when your mind doubted I was there, your spirit never stopped recognizing me. Right now, your spirit is saying yes to what I am releasing. Let your mind catch up. Let your heart open to receive it. If you feel that right now, if something in your body shifted when you read those words, type this in the comments. I hear my name, not as a formality, as a declaration that your ears are open, your spirit is receiving, and you are present for what I am about to speak over your life. Type it. I hear my name, my beloved. I want to tell you why I called your name specifically today, because I know the question that lives in you, the version that sounds like, why me, not asked in wonder but in doubt, the voice that whispers, I am not the kind of person miracles happen for. I have been waiting too long. I have made too many mistakes. There are people more deserving, more faithful, more put together than I am. I hear that question, my child, and I want to answer it directly. I chose you because of exactly what you just described, not in spite of the waiting and the mistakes and the feeling of unworthiness. Because of it, because someone who has walked through what you have walked through and still has a heart that responds to my voice is someone whose roots go deep. You were not shaped in easy seasons. You were formed in fire, and what the fire produces is not ash. What the fire produces is refined gold. You are not less because of what you endured. You are more, and I have been waiting for you to reach the point where you could carry what I am releasing before I released it. That point is now. Today is the day I determined before the foundation of the world. Ephesians 1-4 says, I chose you in him before the creation of the world, Before your parents knew your name, before the first breath entered your lungs, before any of the seasons you would walk through had begun, I already knew you. I already chose you. I already loved you. And I already planned for today. There is weight to being named by me, my child. When I call a name in heaven, things move. When I speak over a life with purpose and intention, the spiritual atmosphere changes. What Archangel Michael was sent to do today was not simply to announce a blessing. He was sent to call your name, to say it in a way that every force surrounding your life would hear, to declare that you are the one I have marked, the one I have chosen, the one whose season of miracle is here. That is what it means to have your name called out by heaven. And your name was called out today. Now I need you to understand something about the season you have just come through, my beloved, because I know it felt like delay. I know it felt, at times, like punishment. I know there were moments when you looked at other people moving forward and wondered what was wrong with you, why you were still standing still, why the doors that opened for others stayed closed for you. Nothing was wrong with you. The door was not closed because you were not enough. The door was closed because what was waiting behind it required a version of you that had not yet fully formed. You cannot carry something you have not been built to hold. A vessel that is not strong enough for what is poured into it will break under the weight of the very thing meant to bless it. I was not withholding from you. I was protecting the gift by preparing the carrier. You were not being left behind, you were being built. And now the building has reached the point where the release can happen safely, fully, and permanently. Isaiah 60:22 says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. The timing is mine, the method is mine, the pace is mine. And the time is right, my child. Today is the appointed day. Let me tell you what the waiting season actually built in you, my beloved. Because when you see clearly what was happening in those hidden years, the grief of the delay begins to transform into something else, into understanding, into gratitude, eventually even for the parts that were hardest. In the season of financial pressure, you learned to discern between what was essential and what was noise. You learned what you could live without. You developed a relationship with provision at its most fundamental level, the kind that strips away the ego and reveals what truly matters. That discernment is irreplaceable. Many people who received abundance without that season lost it quickly because they had never learned to value it at the root. You learned, and that learning will protect everything I am now releasing. In the season of relational pain, you learned what your heart actually needs versus what it has been conditioned to accept. You learned your own worth through the painful process of watching it be disregarded by people who did not have the eyes to see it. That knowledge, my child, is armor. You will not hand the new things I am bringing into relationships with people who will treat them carelessly. You will recognize the genuine and protect it. That is not cynicism. That is wisdom forged in fire. In the season of physical weariness, you learn to depend on something deeper than your own strength. You learn there is a resource available to you that is not accessed through effort or determination. It is accessed through surrender, through saying, I cannot do this alone, and then watching me fill what was empty. That is the lesson that will carry you through everything the new season requires. Because, my beloved, what is coming is bigger than any human strength can sustain on its own. It requires someone who knows how to draw from me, and you have become that person. Stay with me, my beloved. I know this is long. I know your attention is pulled in many directions. But what I am releasing today is not one thing. It is many things moving at once, and I want to walk through each of them with you so that when they begin to manifest, you recognize them, and when you recognize them, you receive them fully. Do not leave yet. What I am about to describe will change how you see what is coming. What I am releasing into your life today moves in 3 directions at once. My child, 3 areas that have been affected by the season of waiting, 3 areas where the enemy has worked hardest to produce discouragement, and 3 areas where my restoration will be most visible and most undeniable. The first is your finances, my beloved. I see the weight of it, the numbers that do not add up at the end of the month, the decisions made from scarcity rather than from peace, the embarrassment that came quietly when you could not do what you wanted to do for the people you love, the sleepless hours calculating and recalculating and still arriving at the same impossible answer. I saw all of it, every single moment. And I want you to know something. Financial pressure was never meant to be the defining feature of your story. Provision is not something you earn by worrying harder. It is something I release into the life of someone who trusts me with what they have. Deuteronomy 28:8 says, "I will command the blessing upon you in your storehouses and in all that you undertake." The word command is important, my child. I do not suggest the blessing. I do not hope it finds its way to you. I command it. I speak it into existence, and I direct it toward the specific areas of your life that need it most. And right now I am directing it toward your finances. The provision moving in your direction is not a small adjustment. It is a shift, the kind of change that makes you look back a year from now and not recognize the financial atmosphere you used to live in. Watch for it, my beloved. It may come through a source you did not anticipate, a conversation that turns into an opportunity, a decision someone else makes that opens a door for you, a number that arrives you were not expecting, a resource that appears at the exact moment it is needed and not a moment before. That is me. That is my hand directing what I have commanded. My child, I want to address something that lives underneath the financial struggle, something that outlasts the numbers themselves. I am talking about the poverty mindset, the internal operating system that was installed in you by years of not having enough. The one that whispers even when you do have enough, "This will not last." The one that keeps you from fully enjoying what you have because it is always calculating how quickly it could be gone. The one that makes generosity feel dangerous and receiving feel guilty and abundance feel like something that always belongs to someone else. That mindset is not you, my beloved. It was formed by circumstance. It was a survival adaptation, a way your heart learned to manage the pain of repeated lack. But it is a cage, and I am dismantling it. Not through a sudden windfall that temporarily distracts you from it, through a deep rewiring of what you believe at the level of identity. You are not a person who barely gets by. You are a child of the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Psalm 50:10. You are a child of the Father who declares in Malachi 3:10 that the windows of heaven will be thrown open until there is more than enough. More than enough is your inheritance. Receive it not just as a fact about your bank account, but as a truth about who you are. Say this right now, my child. Say it as someone who is stepping into a new identity around provision, not the person who counted every dollar in anxiety, the person whose father commanded the blessing over their storehouse. Type this in the comments: I am provided for. Let that be the new story your heart tells. I am provided for. Notice what happens when you say those words, my beloved. There may be a resistance, a place in you that wants to argue because it does not yet match what you can see. That resistance is the old story pushing back. But underneath it, if you go deeper, there is a quiet yes. A part of you that knows this is true even before the evidence arrives. That quiet yes is faith, and faith is what activates what I have already released. The second area where I am releasing miracle into your life is your relationships, my child. And this one runs deep, because the wounds that come through people are the kind that shape how you see yourself, not just how you see others. Every betrayal left a mark. Every abandonment taught you something about what to expect. Every person who came close and then left, or who stayed and caused harm, built a layer of protection around your heart that made sense at the time and cost you something now. I see the loneliness, my beloved, not just the being alone. The being in a room full of people and still feeling unseen. The longing for genuine connection where you do not have to edit yourself before you speak, where your presence is received rather than managed, where someone sees what you carry and honors it rather than using it. I see the relationships you have quietly grieved, the ones that ended, the ones that changed into something unrecognizable, the ones where the conversation in your heart never found its proper ending. I am moving in all of these places, my child. Some of what I am restoring is something that was broken. Some of what I am bringing is something entirely new. A connection that did not exist in your previous season because your previous season could not have held it. There are people I have been preparing who are aligned with the version of you that is emerging right now. People who will see you clearly, who will celebrate what others dismissed, who will recognize what you carry and honor it. Those people are being positioned in your path as I speak, and for the relationships that ended in hurt, my beloved, I am not asking you to return to what was harmful. I am asking you to release the weight of what happened so you can walk forward without carrying the cost of someone else's choices. Some doors close to protect you. Let them stay closed. The restoration I am bringing does not look like going back. It looks like stepping forward into something so much better that going back will not even occur to you. I want to tell you something about the new connections I am positioning in your path, my child. They will feel different from the first moment. There will be an ease to them, a recognition, like meeting someone you have always known though you have only just met. Your spirit will respond to them in a way it has not responded to people in a long time. You will know them by how they make you feel in your own skin, by the fact that you do not feel the need to shrink or perform or edit yourself in their presence, by the way they see what you carry and respond to it with something that feels like honor rather than competition, by the way conversations with them leave you fuller rather than emptier. These are my people for your next chapter, my beloved. I have been preparing them even while I was preparing you, and when you meet them, receive them without the suspicion the old season taught you. The walls that protected you before are not needed here. Let them down gently. Let the genuine in. Type this if you can sense the truth of what I just said, my child. If somewhere in your spirit you feel the beginning of a shift in how you see your story, type this: I see you working. 3 words. Let that be your declaration that your eyes are open to what heaven is doing in the unseen places around you. I see you working. My beloved, here is something I want you to carry with you always. Every tear you have shed over a person, over a connection that broke, over a love that was not returned the way you needed it to be, I have counted and kept. Psalm 56:8 says, I collect every one of your tears, not just the ones that fell at significant moments. Every one. I have not dismissed a single grief. The pain mattered, the loneliness mattered, the quiet grieving that no one witnessed but me that mattered, and I held you through all of it, even in the moments when you could not feel me holding you. Everything that happened in the relational seasons behind you is in my record. The faithfulness you showed to people who did not deserve it. The love you continued to extend even when it was not returned. The grace you gave when bitterness would have been the more natural choice. These are written down, my child, and they are not forgotten. Generosity of heart is never wasted in my economy. What you gave that was not received by people was received by me, and what I receive, I return. My beloved child, there is something I need you to see, something I need to show you so that you understand the fullness of what I am now overturning in your life. The enemy saw your calling before you did. When you were young, before you had words for what you were carrying, before the gifts inside you had fully developed, he recognized what was there, and he made a strategic decision. He decided to work against you early, consistently, and with intention, because he knew what you would become if you were allowed to grow uninterrupted, and he could not afford to let that happen. So he worked through pain, through people who were supposed to be safe and were not, through circumstances that produced shame you were never meant to carry, through seasons of lack that created a scarcity mindset in your spirit, a deep-seated belief that there was not enough, that you were not enough, that what was meant for others was simply not meant for you. He was not random, my child. He was calculated, and for a time the calculation worked. The financial pressure was not just circumstance. It was targeted interference designed to keep your attention low and your faith distracted by survival. The relational wounds were not just the natural consequence of living among imperfect people. They were strategic attacks designed to close your heart and isolate you from the community that would have strengthened and carried you. The weariness that settled into your body like a permanent resident was the accumulated weight of sustained spiritual warfare pressing down on a frame that was never meant to carry it alone. The enemy threw all of this at one person because he knew what that one person carried. And my child, what you carry is significant enough to make him that afraid. But here is what he did not account for. He cannot create anything. He can only corrupt what I have made. He had no power to remove the calling I placed inside you. He could delay it, bury it, cause you to doubt it was ever there. but he could never take it out of you, Romans 11:29 says, "My gifts and my calling are irrevocable." That word means it cannot be returned, cannot be undone. What I placed inside you before birth is still inside you now, intact, waiting to be fully released into the world. And now I am settling the account, my beloved. Every year the enemy stole from you is being returned. Every opportunity he blocked is being replaced with something better positioned for the right time. Every relationship he weaponized against you is being answered with connection that is whole and genuinely yours. Joel 2:25 says, "I will restore to you the years the locust has eaten, not the weeks, not the months, the years." The full span of what was taken is what I am returning, and I am returning it with interest. Because that is how I work. I do not just restore, I multiply. Think about what multiplication means in my hands, my beloved. It means the years of waiting do not simply get erased, they get redeemed. What looked like a gap becomes a launching point. What felt like ground that was lost becomes the foundation for ground that will be gained. The enemy thought he was winning by delaying. What he did not realize was that every year of delay was accumulating something on your account that I would one day release all at once. People will look at your next season from the outside and ask how things changed so quickly, and you will know the truth. They did not change quickly. They changed through years of invisible preparation that heaven was completing while the earth appeared to see nothing happening. The speed of your breakthrough will look sudden to everyone else. To me, it will simply be right on time. Claim this right now, my child. From the deepest place of what you believe about your Father's faithfulness, type this: "What was taken is being returned to me." Let that declaration land in your spirit as a fact, not a hope. What was taken is being returned to me, my beloved. As I speak these words over you today, I want you to pause and think of someone else. A face has come to your mind while you have been here. Someone whose name you know. Someone still in the middle of the kind of season you were in before this message found you. Someone asking the same questions, wondering if God still hears them. If the waiting will ever end. If this time in my presence has meant something real to you today, consider sowing a seed into this ministry on behalf of that person. Not because giving is a formula for blessing, but because love moves first. When you give for someone else, you mirror what I do. I gave first. I move first. I release before I receive. And when you mirror that, heaven takes notice in a particular way. There is a link in the description below, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Sow what your heart leads you to sow, in the name of the person on your heart. Heaven does not forget the names of those who give in love. My child, the third area where I am releasing miracle today is your body, your health. The weariness that has settled in places deeper than muscle and bone. The kind of tired that sleep does not fully fix, because it does not originate in the physical. Your body has been carrying what your spirit has been through. Every sustained season of pressure, every year of grief held quietly, every period of carrying more than was designed for one person to hold. The body takes on a portion of that weight. What you feel in your physical frame is not only physical, it is the accumulated evidence of a spiritual journey that has been more intense than you have probably named. But I designed your body to heal, my beloved. I designed it to restore itself in ways that medicine is still discovering. And the healing I am releasing today is not symptomatic. It is not addressing only the surface presentation of what has been wrong. It is going to the root, to the deep places where the weariness began, where the chronic tension lives, where the body learned to brace and never fully learned to release. I am touching those places right now. I want to be specific about what the healing looks like. My beloved, because healing in my hands is not always what people expect. Sometimes it is sudden and dramatic, a condition present one day and simply gone the next. But more often my healing is layered. It works from the inside out. It starts in places you cannot see and makes its way to the surface over time. You may notice it first as a quality of sleep that is different, deeper, more restoring than sleep has been in years. You may notice it as a morning that begins without the familiar heaviness that used to greet you before the day properly started. You may notice it as a capacity to breathe without tension in your chest, as movement in your body that does not carry the usual resistance. as an afternoon that passes without the familiar crash that has become your norm. These are not small things, my child. These are the signs of a body beginning to understand that the long emergency is over, that it is now safe to heal. I am releasing your body from the chronic stress posture it has been holding, my beloved. I am giving permission, at the deepest cellular level, for the processes of restoration your body has been waiting to complete. You do not have to earn this. You do not have to figure out the right combination of things to make it happen. This is not a reward for performance. This is a release from the Father who made every part of you and knows exactly what needs restoring. I speak renewal over your nervous system, my child, over the parts of your body that have been running on high alert for too long without permission to rest. I speak rest. Not just physical rest, but the cellular rest that comes when a body finally knows it is safe. I speak strength over what has been weakened by the weight of the seasons. I speak clarity over what has been foggy. I speak repair over what has been damaged, and I speak an energy that does not come from effort or caffeine or willpower, but from the source of all life restoring what was depleted. There is something I need you to do right now, my beloved, an act of will, not just of understanding. I need you to release the fear that has followed you into every health concern, every symptom, every morning when something felt different, and the fear moved before wisdom could. That fear has been a companion you did not choose and cannot seem to leave behind. Release it now. Open your hands and type this: I release the fear and I receive the healing. That is an act of faith, and faith opens the door for what I have already released to fully arrive. I release the fear and I receive the healing. Feel what moved through your body when you said that, my child. It may have started in your chest and moved outward, or there may be a warmth in your hands, a release in your shoulders, a breath that came easier than the ones before it. That is not your imagination. That is the healing meeting the faith. They are connecting right now in ways that will become more visible with each passing day. Stay open. Let it come. My beloved, what I am releasing today is not only external. I am not changing your circumstances while leaving the internal landscape exactly as it was, because the version of you shaped by scarcity, by relational wounds, by physical weariness, that version would not be able to sustain what I am bringing. Old wineskins cannot hold new wine without breaking. A heart still braced for loss cannot properly receive abundance. So alongside the external miracle, I am doing something in the interior of who you are. I am shifting how you see yourself, my child, not through motivation or self-improvement language, at the level of identity, at the place where your deepest belief about yourself was formed. The belief that took root in the hard seasons, the one that says you are the kind of person things go wrong for, the one that has been quietly managing expectations downward so that disappointment arrives less painfully than surprise. That belief is being dismantled now. In its place, I am building something new. A knowing, not a hoping. A knowing that you are a child whose father commands blessing over their life. Someone who does not need to beg for favor because favor is already their inheritance. Someone who does not need to apologize for taking up space in rooms they were designed to occupy. This is not arrogance, my beloved. This is alignment. This is you finally seeing yourself the way I have always seen you. And when you see yourself that way, everything changes. You move differently, you speak differently, you make decisions from a different center, and the world responds differently to you. I want to tell you what this new version of you looks like from the outside, my child, because you have been so deep inside the survival story for so long that it helps to see the picture from a different angle. The version of you stepping into this new season enters rooms without explaining their presence, speaks without preemptively softening every word to avoid taking up too much space, receives a compliment without immediately deflecting it or minimizing it or finding a reason it cannot be true, makes decisions from a place of inner clarity rather than from the anxious management of other people's expectations, rests without guilt, gives without calculating the cost to themselves first, loves without the constant low-grade fear that the love will eventually be used against them. That version of you is not far away, my beloved. It is not a destination you will arrive at after years more of work. It is already forming. It began forming in the hardest seasons when it looked like nothing was happening. and it is close enough now that I can call it forward, which is exactly what I am doing. Right now, in this message, I am calling forward the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Let me hear something from you now, my child. Something that carries the full weight of your history behind it. Type this: I did not survive all of that to stop now. Every season you walked through stands as witness to the truth of those words. Every night you made it through. Every morning you chose to try again. You survived, and I did not carry you through all of it to leave you at the door of your breakthrough. Type it. I did not survive all of that to stop now. My beloved, I want you to see the door clearly, because sometimes people stand at the threshold of their breakthrough and do not recognize it as such. They were expecting a particular shape, a particular announcement, a particular feeling, and the door arrives in an ordinary form and they almost walk past it. The door of your breakthrough may look like a conversation you almost did not have, a decision that feels smaller than the significance it actually carries, a connection that begins simply and quietly, an opportunity that arrives without fanfare or drama. Pay attention to the quiet things in the coming days, my child. Not everything heaven sends arrives with trumpets. Some of what I am releasing will arrive softly, with a sense of rightness that goes deeper than logic, and does not require drama to confirm itself. When something feels aligned in that particular way, that is your spirit recognizing my hand. Do not wait for more confirmation than that. Do not talk yourself out of the knowing. Walk through. I will be on the other side of every door I open for you. I want to honor something, my beloved. You stayed through all of this message. Through all the places your attention could have gone, you stayed, and I see that. It is not a small thing, because what flows through this moment flows through the channel of your willingness to remain. You cannot receive what you will not stay to hold. You stayed, and because you stayed, heaven is responding to you in full. Stay with me just a little longer, my child. What I have left to say will take only a few more minutes of your time, and the word I am saving for the final portion is one you have needed to hear for longer than you may realize. Do not close this yet. My beloved, as you step into what I am releasing, there is something I need to prepare you for. Because the transition from a season of survival into a season of provision is not always as smooth as people expect. You have spent a long time in a posture of bracing, of managing expectations downward, of preparing for the next difficult thing before it arrives. That posture protected you when you needed protecting, but it was never meant to be permanent. When the miracle begins to manifest, when things start moving in the direction of blessing, a part of you will be waiting for it to be taken away. Will look for the catch, will feel suspicious of the good. I need you to know this is normal. It is not a failure of faith. It is the response of a heart trained by hard experience. And I am gentle with that heart. Isaiah 26:3 says, I will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on me, not those who have mastered positive thinking, not those who have no doubts, those who keep returning their minds to me. When the suspicion comes, return to me. When the old fear of loss tries to creep back in, bring it to me. I am the constant in every changing season, and my peace is available in the gap between the release and the full manifestation. It does not wait for everything to be in order. It is available right now. Let it be yours. Say this right now, my beloved, from the place in you that has chosen to stay open even when staying open costs something. Type this: I agree with everything you have spoken today. Not because everything in your life looks perfect yet, but because you are aligning your declaration with what heaven has decreed, and that alignment is a force. I agree with everything you have spoken today. Before I finish, my child, take a breath, a real one. Let your chest expand all the way, and as you exhale, let whatever you have been holding tightly in your spirit release with the breath. That exhale, that softening, that is what it begins to feel like to live outside of survival, to live in provision, to live as someone whose Father has released the miracle and is moving it toward them right now. Practice that breath. Return to it. Each time you do, you are practicing peace. And peace, my beloved, is one of the things I am releasing over your life today alongside everything else. There is someone who has been watching your journey from a place where time looks different than it does from here. My child, They have seen every season you walked through. They interceded for you through every night that was hard. They spoke your name in the presence of the Father with love so pure it moved heaven. If they could say one thing to you right now, it would be this: I always knew you would make it to this day. You are not walking forward alone. You carry more with you than you know. My beloved, before this message ends, I need to prepare you for what will come after it. Because the enemy is predictable. He has one move left for this moment, and I want you to see it before it arrives. The moment you close this message, he will wait. He will let the warmth fade. He will let you return to the ordinary flow of your day, and then he will come quietly with something that sounds like reason. He will suggest that what you felt was just emotion, that nothing has actually changed, that you have heard words like this before, and the morning after looked the same as the morning before. He will try to take this word out of your heart the same way a bird takes a seed the moment it lands. Mark 4:15, here is what you do when that happens. You do not argue with him. You do not try to reason your way back to certainty. You return to the word. You speak it out loud. God released my miracle today. Archangel Michael called out my name, and what God releases, no one takes back. Isaiah 55:11 says, my word does not return to me void. It accomplishes what I sent it to accomplish. The word spoken over your life today is still doing its work even when you cannot feel it. Return to it. It will hold you. Open your hands right now, my child. Physically, if you are able, and receive. Type this in the comments: I receive everything you released today. Not I hope to receive it eventually. Not I will try to believe it. I receive it, present tense. Fully open. The miracle is released, and you are the one receiving it. I receive everything you released today. And one final declaration, my beloved, the one that seals this moment in your spirit and announces to every force around you what you have just received. Type this: my miracle is in motion, not coming eventually, not waiting on more conditions. In motion, right now as I speak, as you read, as heaven responds to your faith. My miracle is in motion. My child, I speak over your finances now. I command the blessing to find you. I direct provision toward every area where lack has lived too long. I speak multiplication over what you have stewarded faithfully in the lean seasons. I speak open doors over every place where doors have been shut without reason. I speak unexpected income, unexpected opportunity, unexpected favor from directions you have not been looking. I speak over your relationships, my beloved. I bring healing where wounds have taught you to guard. I bring genuine connection where isolation has become the default. I bring the right people into alignment with your path and release gracefully what does not belong in the next chapter. I bring resolution to what has been left unfinished and freedom from what was never yours to carry. I speak over your body, my child. I speak renewal into every cell that has been running depleted. I speak rest into a nervous system that has not known quiet in too long. I speak strength. I speak clarity. I speak vitality. I speak the health that belongs to a child of the living God who was promised life, and life abundantly. John 10:10, you are seen. My beloved, you are known. You are loved with a love that does not waver based on your performance or your faith level, or the condition of your circumstances on any given day. You are loved because you are mine, and you have always been mine. Walk forward from this moment carrying that as the foundation of everything. In the name of Jesus, it is released. It is sealed. It is done. Amen. If something moved in you today, if you felt heaven speak directly to you through this message, I want to invite you to do one more thing before you go. There is a link in the description below, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Sow a seed into this ministry, not out of obligation, because your spirit is prompting you right now, and that prompting is not random. Give in the name of what you believe is coming. Give as your declaration that you received the word today, and you are stepping into the miracle it announced. That seed is not leaving your hands. It is being planted in the ground of the harvest that is already on its way to you.